Tutorial on soldering. Bullet style connectors, EC3, EC5, just regular barrel type for the other side of the ESC. Got our tools ready. Got a strip of wood. Actually, it's an old stringer off a chair. Drilled a bunch of holes in it to hold the bullets. The soldering iron is going right now. First thing we're going to do is we're going to strip the wires. I like using the hobby knife. Just roll the silicone wire under the hobby knife and pull it off. You can use the wire cutters. Works just as well either way. Twist the wires together. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to tin these wires. They got to be tinned before you go putting the barrels on, so we're going to do that now. Close in a little bit. Soldering iron's already hot. I've already had it on. We're going to touch the soldering iron to the wire. I'm going to touch the solder to the soldering iron, and that kind of helps transfer the heat over to the wire. And you're going to see the solder blend into the wire and start running up the wire. Same thing over here. Sometimes it takes a little longer than others, but there we go. That's done. So now I'm going to take my bullets. I'm going to do EC3s here. These are the ones you're going to use. You're going to use the male EC3s for the ESC. You're going to use the females for the battery. If you're doing a battery, word of caution, do one wire at a time. Just cut the connector off. That way you're ready. And then just strip one wire and do one wire at a time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to check the fit of these. It's a little long right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my cutters. I cut this down a little bit. Till it's just going to come to the top of the barrel connector, the insulation. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to set this off to the side. Take our soldering iron. Going to touch to the side of the barrel and then touch the solder to that and let the solder flow in. You're going to want to fill up the barrel almost all the way, not quite. Going to take the wire and plunge that into the barrel. Continue to hold the iron on the barrel connector for a few seconds and then pull it off. Hold the wire in place. You're going to feel it get a little warm on the wire. That's okay. Wait for it to cool and it should be set in place. It's not cool yet. There you go. I'm going to do that with the other one. Not quite enough solder in that one yet. Again, we're going to plunge the wire in. Hold the soldering iron on. That way the wire, the solder that you already had put on the wire is going to get hot as well. And it's all going to melt together. Pull the soldering iron off. Wait for it to cool. So now both of your barrel connectors are on for your EC3. Give them a good tug, make sure they're not going to come off. If you have a cold solder joint, it's going to come off. Now that it's soldered together, what we're going to do is we're going to place them in the EC3. This is going on the ESC, so we're using the female side of the connector. Positive is going to be the square side. And we're just going to take something and push down until you hear a click. Do the same thing with the negative. And you're done. The EC3 is all soldered up. Not going to come off. Not at all.